Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. The Most High, the Heavenly Father's Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So I give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether they can accept it or not. In the sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth through the four ends of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole for the elect. And shalom to the Awal who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Messiah from Jim Messolano Camp coming at you on the lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification. Lord's willingness be edifying. So I titled this lesson on Salakia. I kind of escapes me. Um I was laying back in the brother, one of the brothers from GMS Italy, right? He did a lesson on Jeremiah 24, right, about these vile figs. And I usually bring this out a lot in Jeremiah 29 and 17 about the Lord say about the vile figs, talking about the wicked Israelites that cannot be eaten, right? Talking about the figs, they are so evil, right? So I titled the lesson, this is what the Lord say, don't worry about two-thirds of Israel, right? The brother did a beautiful lesson. Salaki, I don't know the brother's name right off, but it's from GMS Italy, and it was a beautiful lesson. So, when I listened to the brother lesson, the precept that I used to bring out in Jeremiah 29 and 17, which goes into Jeremiah 24 about two-thirds of Jake that's vile figs that cannot be eaten, right? The Lord got to do away with them. Well, the reason there's a reason why the Lord say don't worry about the two-thirds of Israel. There's a reason. Now we don't know who we are, right? We don't know if we is part of the righteous or the wicked. But as Yahweh Shah said, you shall know them by their fruits, right? So I'm going to get this first. This is Exodus 20 and 5. There's a reason why the Lord say, don't worry about two-thirds of Jakes. Just focus on the hopeful elect. Just focus on you putting on every day, as Colossians 3 and 12 say, put on therefore as the elect every day. If the Lord give you the spirit to wake up, put on therefore as the elect. Don't worry about two-thirds, right? Which we do lessons about them. We do because we don't know who's who. But when you see Jake die like Young Dolph and King Von and Juice World and Pop Smoke, well, they was part of the two-thirds, man. That's plain. Ricky Harris, John Weatherspoon, right? Michael Jackson, all these people, man, they was part of the two-thirds crew, man, right? It say this is Exodus 20 and 5. Father Lord Yahweh, thy power and a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Well, the Lord already said, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So the Lord already know who is going to hate him. And he knows those that will love him, right? It's saying, showing mercy unto thousands that love me and keep my commandments. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 9. It reads, know therefore that the Lord Yahweh thy power, he is power, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him, he will repay him to his face, right? So this is the Lord knowing who's who. So let's get this. This is Deuteronomy 24 and 16. And it reads, the fathers should not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man, every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 18 and 20. And it reads, thou it say, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. Right? So if you was wicked in your previous life, you're gonna be wicked now. There is no changing. If you was righteous in your previous life, you're gonna be righteous now. This is Proverbs 16 and 33. It reads, the lot is cast into the lap. The lot, your lot, my lot, is cast into your lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Proverbs 16 and 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah. So you can't change your lot, right? The Lord said he knows them that hate him and them that love him. Now, making those points with those precepts, I'm finna get the precept the brother went into. This is Jeremiah 24 and 1, and it reads, the Lord showed me, and behold, two baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord Yahweh. After that, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah, with the carpenters and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are the first ripe, that are first ripe, which is who? Which is who? The predestinated ones. It say one basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe, right? And the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, what seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil figs, very evil, that cannot be eaten. They are so evil. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, thus said the Lord Yahweh, the power of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that I carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. What does that mean? If we was carried away captive into the land of Babylon for our good, what does that mean? To be disciplined, to be nourished with discipline. That's what that means, man. I was going to this the other day. To be nourished with discipline. It's a verse 6. For I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not be pulled down, and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. Right? We're going to get into this about being planted and not being plucked up. So the Lord say again, whom I have sent out of this place in the land of Chaldeans for their good, right? To be nourished with discipline, right? For I will set my eyes upon them for good and will bring them again to this land. When you understand what happened, start with Adam. That's why in 2nd Ezra 7, that's why Ezra said, oh Adam, what hast thou done? In Isaiah 63 and 17, Isaiah said, oh Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways? Right? Well, to understand what's going on is you have to understand righteousness and wickedness. And we have to appreciate what's going to be given to the elect of Israel, which is the kingdom and righteousness. You got to appreciate and understand. You got to understand both sides of Yahweh Shema Shah, which is the good and the evil, man. To rule in righteousness, you got to know about what wickedness is. Seeing we have lived our days in wickedness and turned to righteousness, you have to understand this is how the kingdom of heaven will be ruled with righteousness, man. You got to know both sides. It say, for I will set my eyes upon them for good and will bring them again to this land and will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. Now hold on. He say, for I will set my eyes upon them for good. What did the Lord say in Jeremiah chapter 11? Jeremiah 14. Let's read this. See, this is how you know. That's why I say in Isaiah 5, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put light for darkness and darkness for light, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, right? This is Jeremiah 14:11. Then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, pray not for this people for their good, right? Why? Because Jake is doing everything else outside of the truth, and they think in their mind, following their own way, that they doing good. Well, the Lord say, pray not for these people for their good. But he said what in Jeremiah? Let's read it again. Jeremiah 24, Jeremiah 24 and verse 6. Jeremiah 24 and verse 5. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, the power of Israel, let these good figs, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out this place into a land of the Chaldeans for their good. The Lord said he put us in captivity for our good. This talking about the ones that was already predestinated, man. He said, for I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and will plant them and not pluck them up. For I will give them an heart to know me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. The Lord said he doing this for the good of the elect of Israel. Verse 8, and as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely thus saith the Lord Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah king of Judah and his princes and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth, for their hurt to be reproached, and a proverb, and a taunt, and a curse in all places where thou shalt drive them. And I will send a sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and their fathers. The Lord is doing this in separation. This is Ezekiel chapter 37 and 1. It reads, the hand of the Lord Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord Yahweh, and set me upon them in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. Behold, there was very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, Yahweh power, thou knowest. And he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, The sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, come from the four winds. And that's what we do out there in the highways and hedges, man. We prophesy to the wind, and them that the Lord deemed to get the spirit through the breath, through the words, they're gonna get it, and they ain't gonna be dry no more. They're gonna come into this knowledge. It say, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. So them vile figs in Jeremiah 24, they cannot be eaten. They are so evil. They, 2/3, have been cut off from their parts. And this is what the Lord said on what about them? Because they was already predestinated, which you're going to read. They was already predestinated. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel, which is to teach you this truth, to put your spirit back in you, to show you so you can read about your customs and your heritage and your inheritance. And ye shall know that I the Lord, that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that the Lord, that I the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord Yahweh. So them that's being cut off from their parts is these 2/3 that we are not to be worried about. They must be done in lessons, because it's important to know the examples of what not to do or how not to be. So this is Jeremiah 11 and 15. It reads, what have my beloved to do in my house, seeing she have wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. So back in Jeremiah 14 and 11, the Lord say, pray not for them, for their good. Because Jake think that they are doing good when they are doing evil, right? Verse 16, the Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. What fruit? Figs. They cannot be eaten. You got the 1/3 and 2/3. It reads, with the noise of a great multitude have he kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. And that's when we go to Revelation 11. I mean, Romans 11, man, about the branches that was broken, that's being grafted back in again, right? Verse 17, for the Lord Yahweh of hosts that planted thee had pronounced evil against thee for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering incense unto Baal. Right? So, this is about the planting of this olive tree, right? This good tree. Now, this is Jeremiah chapter 2. I'm going to read the point right here, right? It reads, yet have I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? How? About, as it said in verse 20, and let's read it. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bonds and burst thy bands, and thou sayest, I will not transgress. Whereupon every high hill and on every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot, right? Spiritual fornication with these other gods, these idol worship, because they ain't gods. There's no other power but the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. It say, yea, have I planted thee a noble vine, Wholly a right seed, how then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? When you go back to Deuteronomy 29 and 16, the Lord said he showed us these nations and the wickedness that they was doing. And Jake wanted to follow their wickedness. So the Yahweh said he gave us over to our heart's lust, right? Which Jake figured that that's their glory, but the Lord say in Hosea 4:6, it's going to be your shame. Hosea 4:7, it's going to be your shame in that day. So this plant that the Lord planted, right? Let's get this. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. And it reads, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster. The Lord said he got one grape out of a whole cluster. You ever went into the store and bought a cluster of grapes? There's 15, 20, 30 of them on there, man. The Lord said he kept one grape off the cluster. Listen. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Who is this? 2/3 that was born in vain. And let my grape, one grape, be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So now you got Jake. That's vile figs that cannot be eaten. Why? Because the Lord said so, man. It was already written. Listen, this is Second Ezra, chapter 8. Let's get this in verse 28. Listen, think not upon these that have walked faintly before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear. Did you hear that? Let's read it again. Think not upon those that have walked faintly before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear. Matter of fact, this is let's look at this word real quick. Salaki. Let's look at this word faintly real quick. Ooh, that's cold. That's cold. It's a it's a hold on, let me click the word. Feigned. It's a pretended. Look, it got sham, Sham, pretended counterfeit. Pretended counterfeit, man. Let's go back. That's what the Lord say. Don't worry about these wicked ass niggas, man. Second Ezra 8 and 28. Think not upon those that have walked feigning before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. Take thy no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory. For we and our fathers do languish of such diseases, but because of us sinners, thou shalt be called merciful. To the Lord, Yahweh Matthew 9 and 12, say, come to those that are sick, right? Same as these sheep. 99 was still there, but one went astray, right? What's that one represent? The hopeful elect coming back. Just like the two prodigals, the two sons, man. Right? One stayed and one got his inheritance and went and blew it, man. Verse 32 reads, 2nd Ezra 8 and 32. For if thou hast a desire to have mercy upon us, thou shalt be called merciful to us, namely, that have no works of righteousness. For the just, which have many good works laid up with thee, shall out of their own deeds receive reward. For what is man that thou shouldest take displeasure at him? Or what is a corruptible generation that thou shouldest be so bitter towards it? For in truth, them is no man among them that be born, but he that have dealt wickedly. And among the faithful, there is none which have not do amiss. Because it tell you in Ecclesiastes 7, there's not a righteous man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. That's why Proverbs 24 and 16 say a righteous man falls 7 times and get back up. But with the wicked, it's not so. Verse 36. For in this, O Yahweh Shema Shah, thy righteousness and thy goodness shall be declared. If thou be merciful unto them which have not the confidence of good works, then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright, and according to thy words it shall be. Right? It say, verse 38, for indeed I would not think on the disposition of them which have sinned before death, before judgment, before destruction. But I will rejoice over the dispensation of the righteous, and I will remember also their pilgrimage. Because we are pilgrims on the earth. We have no certain dwelling place, but we seeking a continuous city to come, man, and the salvation and the reward that they shall have. Like as I have spoken now, so shall it come to pass. For as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground, here we go, and planted many trees upon the ground, and planted many trees, Salakia, for as the husband sowed much seed upon the ground and planted many trees, and yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up, neither doeth all that is planted take root. Even so is it of them that are sown in the world, they shall not all be saved. You see this? We are not to be wondered about what 2/3 is doing, but it is edification to show examples of what not to do. This is verse 50, 2nd Ezra 8 and 50, and it reads, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time shall dwell in the earth, because they have walked in great pride. And they get that from Esau, Edom. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Wickedness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end it showed the treasures of immortality. And therefore, ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. It said the same thing in Proverbs, the first chapter. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness, his righteous, and said in their heart, this is what they said. I went into this other day in Amos 9 and 10, and Zechariah 1 and 12, Zephaniah 1 and 12, right? Micah 3 and 11. This what 2/3 say. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God. That's what it tell you in Psalms 14. That the heathen say. That's what 2/3 of Jake feel. They feel the same way. Why? Because they get that from Esau Edom. It say, and said in their heart that there is no power, yeah, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defied the name of him that made them. And what these niggas saying? It said what? But they which have be created have defiled the name of him that made them. And these niggas talking about you can call, you don't gotta call on Yahweh Shema Shah. Oh, it's witchery and warlocks and bullshit to call on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah in the same. What are you talking about, man? Hey, them niggas is gonna be destroyed, man. It say but they which be created have found the name of him that made them, Yahweh Shema Shah, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. So these niggas, forget them, man. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed their law, that's what the Lord said in Isaiah 30. They take a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. You niggas have received benefits from this government, and you think you good, but you're going to be in torment, man. It's saying they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. That's what the Lord say in Jeremiah 24. These niggas is vile figs that cannot be eaten. And the reason he made them vile figs, because what? They was born in vain, man. Let's get that again. 2 Ezra 9 in verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. And if you know anything about the history of the Hebrew Israelites, when we came out of Egypt, what happened in the wilderness? Niggas started to die. And guess what happened? Only ones that went into the kingdom, that went into the promised land with Joshua and Caleb, was Israelites that was 20 years and younger. You can read it in Numbers 14. You can go to Numbers 16. Go read it. The rest of these niggas, which they are niggas, they died. Grievous deaths. Follow behind another nigga. Died, man. That's why these niggas are vile figs that cannot be eaten, man. The Lord said he planted us for a reason, and he let the other plants, he let weeds just take them, man. This is Ecclesiastes Sirach chapter 17, Ecclesiastes 17 and verse 17. It reads, let's read this. Ecclesiastes 17 and 15. Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshy heart for stony. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, whom, being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, doeth not forsake him. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him, and their eyes are continually and his eyes, Salakia, and his eyes are continually upon their ways. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord. But the Lord being gracious and knowing his workmanship, as I read, as the brother brought out in Jeremiah 24, he said he sent us to Babylon for our good. Well, not my good, whomever the elect is, right? He said again, Ecclesiastes 17 and 21, but the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, being gracious and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them. Let's get this again in Jeremiah, man. Hey, that brother from GMS Italy, that was a beautiful lesson the brother did, and I had to do this lesson. I'm sleepy, man. I just left the plantation at 6 this morning from 9 last night. I'm sleepy as hell. I did a lesson already. I just had, when I watched the brother video, I had to do this before I lay down, man. I got to be at the plantation again at 9 o'clock. I had to do this before I lay down, man. This is Jeremiah 24, reading the point. Thus saith the Lord, Jeremiah 24 and 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the power of Israel. Like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place in the land of the Chaldeans for their good. Verse 6. This is cold, man. This is cold, man. Verse 6. For I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pluck them down, Shalakia, and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up, man. You see this? We were sent here for what? To be nourished with discipline, man. You niggas talking about why we here. If there's a God like this nigga on Mental Society, if God love us, why you gotta living like this? He nourished us with discipline, man. And 2/3 will never understand this, man. This Jeremiah 29 and 17. It reads, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will send upon them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and will make them like vile feed that cannot be eaten. They are so evil. And I will persecute them with the sword, and with famine, and with the pestilence, and will deliver them to be removed to all kingdoms of the earth, to be a curse, an astonishment, and a hissing, and a reproach among all the nations, whether I have driven them. Now, we are when we was a curse and a reproach and a hissing to the nations. Guess what that's what the whole fleck is now, man. It's oh, that's them. Yeah, we kind of thought we figured, that's them. Now it's turning to what? A blessing in the sight of these nations, man. Oh, what did the Lord say? Oh, now it's a sign. It was the sign of a reproach, a curse, right? An astonishment, a hissing, a taunt. Now it's becoming a banner. Oh, the Hebrew Israelites. That's them. The Lord's chosen people. That's them. Hey, the brother that kept always say this, here brother that kept always say this, man. Listen, man. The Lord is building up the house of Israel, the tabernacle of David, without the perks, man. Brothers don't got nothing. Okay, brothers riding decent whips. Brothers living okay. Brothers is being made what what it's saying as 1 Corinthians 4, we are made as the filth of the world, man. GMS is the most hated group. Bombs in these garments, right? Well, guess what? That's where the truth lies, man. That's where the truth at. Brothers don't got nothing, man. We standing in great boldness without the perks, man. We don't got nothing, man. Nothing. No 501c3 taxes, none of that, man. Preaching the truth. Freely we received and freely we are teaching, man. Starting with the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. The most hated. Well, guess what? This is where the truth is at, man. No perks. Doing it for free, man. As you niggas say, why these niggas out here wasting their Saturday or their Friday? These niggas could be doing anything else. Why they don't got no monetary system? Because our monetary system is stored up with y'all by Shema Shah, man. And we don't need nothing, man. Well, you niggas out here playing games. Hey, the hopeful elect is well off, man. This is First Peter's chapter 4:17. And now, hey, every day it's more understanding what the Lord say. Don't worry about them. If they don't get it, don't worry about them. Maybe the Lord will give it to you later on or not, man. This is First Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin the house of power. And if it first begin in us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? What? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, what shall the ungodly and the sinners appear, man? So seeing the Lord said, don't worry about these guys, because these are the ones in Ezekiel 37 that was cut off from their parts. As we always cut off, man. We always cut off. Well, guess what? The hopeful elect, the Lord put the spirit in, man, and gave them the flesh. 2/3. Oh, you got these niggas talking about, yeah, they Israelites and they kings. Well, they ain't doing nothing when you go to their channel. And they want to come on your channel and scoff and talk trash, but they don't got none on their channels, man. Children of light said GMS gay. What? Yeah. Hey, clip that nigga, bro. Get that nigga off my page, man. Go to that nigga page. What that nigga got on his page, man? Hey, it's all good. It's whatever, brother. Whatever you say. Hey, watch from out the skirts. Hey, clip that nigga. Don't even give him no 300 seconds. Get that nigga off my page, man. We tired of you scoffers. And it ain't even important. We ain't finna get mad at you. Hey, you doing exactly what 2 Peter 3:3 say do. It shall come the last days, scoffers. Why you over here? And if you still here at this point, that means you watching. That means you really loving what's going on over here. It can't be for entertainment, because you dumbass niggas, your detention span is shorter than 20 minutes. So why are you still over here? As opposed to how I say, Jake detention span is short, 15, 20 minutes. Don't do no lessons over 30 minutes because Jake ain't gonna watch it. So why you still over here? It ain't for entertainment, nigga. You love hearing this truth. This is a very lovely song. You just can't get in tune with it. We know. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Go on and hey, check that nigga channel and come back and tell him what that nigga got on his channel. Probably nothing, as all the other demons do. Anyway, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinners appear? So the Lord say, don't worry about these vile figs like this nigga, the children of light, bugged out. This is Kazak Bunyan Halter, 2 Chronicles 15:13, that whosoever will not seek the Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh power of Israel, shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Hey, and since you want to scoff, nigga, hey, it's just a matter of time for the Lord Shalak Rayim your ass, man. That's all gonna happen to these scoffing ass niggas, man. It ain't bothering us, brother. You good. I'm gonna get a couple of you brother precepts, man. I'm gonna close out. This is Gazal Bunyan Howard put up Ecclesiastes 18:20. Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. Right. And the only ones that's seeking the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shah is the hopeful elect. Like this scoffing ass nigga that just came on the comment board. Now I was holding my tone good, not using rude speech. And this nigga came on my talking trash. Anyway, Kazak Bunyan Howder, 2 Ezra 9:22, which I already read. It's Kazak Bunyan Howder, Zephaniah 3:13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. And that's what we're doing, man. And that's why I say in Revelation 14, in their mouth was found no guile. They were without fault before the throne of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And Shalom to all you Akim I walk from the coming board. The water for tuning in. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai, Barakathon. But yeah, I just want to do a lesson on that, man, because the brother did a beautiful lesson. The brother from GMS Italy. And I just had to second that with kind of lamb back. But these vile figs, man. Hey, as a spirit, the Lord had to send a demon on the comment board before we close out to show another vile fig. That's what you is. Go kill yourself. That's what you can do. Go kill yourself, man. Hey, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Or go kill yourself, man. Because you keep scoffing until Yahweh shall return or until Jacob trouble start, you're going to die a grievous death. What his name is? You demon ass nigga. The children of light. Yeah. What's on this page? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. Hey, so Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, rule well, who teach well, or the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether can accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all our pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to that walk well, listen, learning. No works. There it is. The brother Kazak on your holler said, you got no works. I know you still watching, you demon ass nigga. Where your works at? Boy, go do some works, man. It's sheep out there that need to be fed 24/7 around the clock. Where the fuck your works at, boy? Go do some works, nigga. While you on my comment board. Go do some works, nigga. You demon ass nigga. Hey, the water for your precepts. Hey, the water for your precepts. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up, man. So I'm gonna say Shalom, Wah Ababa Ball. You demon ass nigga. Go do some works, man. Hey, you niggas, man. Hey, Jake is bugged out. He might be an Edomite. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Go do some works, man. You got no works on your page coming over here. Demon ass niggas, man. Hey, the water for that, cause I'll burn you out with the water, brother. Hey, until next time, I say Shalom, Wah, a Baba Ball. Fuck ass nigga, man.